Hi everyone, I'm Ali and this is Creating with Ali, and today I am doing a few jobs out of the kitchen. In today's video I'm going to be jarring up some olives. These olives have been sitting in the laundry now since earlier in the year when I picked them from the tree, and I've had them in some brine. So I'm going to get those out and take a look at them and see whether or not they're viable to even put in the containers. This is my second year preserving olives. The first year has been fantastic and we have got so many still left. And basically, I've stored these in olive oil and they are absolutely delicious and we're getting the most out of those. So let me go and get the olives and let's check them out together. This could be good, could be bad. Might be a quick video actually. So here is the bucket that they have been stored in. And like I said, they've been in the laundry for a while. And they are looking pretty fine, I must say. Now, I don't want to go sticking my fingers in there. I'm going to give them a good wash first. But yes, these look great. So what I'm going to do with these is I'm going to give them a rinse and then we're going to jar them up. So just so that I've made sure that I get this right, I'm just going to pop that back over the top, stop anything else from getting in there. And I'm going to go and sterilise the jars again. I've already done it, but I want to make sure that I absolutely have them right. Must have been around April or May. I probably should have dated it, but definitely early in the year, and they've kind of just been sitting in the laundry. And if they are a salt brine, you can actually store them for quite a while. So with the jars, I have got a few different ones. So I have these ones here and a couple that I bought just recently with the lids there on. So all of these are fine. Like I said, they've been through the dishwasher and they've had a really good sterilised mix. But what I also like to do is just make sure that I take any of these plastic components away from the lids. So you'll see those used to seal. And also these lids, I'll run these through some boiling water. I'm going to pop these jars into the oven for about 20 minutes. Keep them nice and warm. Get rid of anything that might still be lurking around, and then I'll be able to transfer the olives from here into the jars themselves. Okay, there we go. And I'll get the jug boiling for the lids. Now, in case you are wondering, I have sanitised the spoon as well. So what I'm going to do is use that to scoop up some of the olives. And this is just water. Sorry about the kettle in the background. This has just been water and salt. So these olives have been plenty salted over the last few months. So I'm going to pop them into here and give them a decent rinse. Now you'll notice that there are some bigger olives in there. It's because I do have a Kalamata olive tree. Just combined all of the olives from all the different trees we've got in the backyard into the one bucket, just to make it a bit easier. And I did pick them and they were green, not black. The Kalamatas do go quite black, which is really cool. Alright, so I'll just leave that at the top there. And then give these a bit of a rinse. My hands are clean now, so these don't feel slimy at all, so that's a good sign. And they smell really good. Okay, and just for good measure, let's have a taste. Oh my god, that is so good. On the salty side, but yum. All right. Just got to wait for those jars to sterilise, and then I can start transferring these rinsed ones into those jars. I'll show you the next step. We have got about 5 olive trees planted on our block here at Hobart. It's only it's a 990 block, and we pulled out a lot of trees and replanted. It just so happened that olives seem to grow really, really well. And it was always, I remember looking across the road at the lady, she had olive trees and it always go to waste, and I just thought, no, there's got to be something better there, because we were getting a really good crop of olives, and we share a lot of them with the birds that come down and eat from the tree also. But when you are actually brining your olives, what I tend to do is I get a bucket, fill this bucket almost with the olives off the tree. I do have a bigger one that we can do as well. And then for the first 7 days, you're just filling it with water, tipping the water out, filling it with water, tipping the water out. You do that for several days, and then you start doing, I did for probably about another 10 days, I would add a salt mix to the water. So for every litre of water, I'd put 100 grams of salt in with that, and did that ratio, and then I'd fill this up with however many litres it was, how much salt it was, and then I would take that out, fill it up again, take it out, and keep doing that for about 10 days. And then I would leave the last lot of brine that I had in there, put the lid on, put it in a cool dark spot. So that's basically where the olives have been since I went through that particular process. I'm sorry I'm not sharing that process with you today. Perhaps after Christmas, and as we get into April, May, I'll take you through picking and doing that process with the olives. So just for today, just showing you how I can them up ready to eat. Now, the jars have been sterilised in the oven. I highly recommend that if you are putting them in the oven to do a bit of a sterilisation, that when you do bring them out, you do put them on maybe a wooden board or something similar, rather than a cold surface. I remember doing that once before with something that I had purchased in glass, and it didn't go so well. The glass didn't tolerate it. Glass isn't what it used to be many, many years ago. Now I'm just going to grab the container of olives from the rinsing that I did, and I went up and I picked some bay leaf and also some rosemary from the garden that I'm going to pack in at the top. Now the idea is I'm going to put the olives into these jars, and then I'm going to fill it with some olive oil. Now please don't judge me, I know it's Woolies brand. Normally I get the other, but you know, it's way too expensive. So these are now going to get tossed in, to the jars. Don't mind all the ones that fall down. I've got plenty here. Clean hands is always a good thing. I don't want to put too much. I'm going to fill the jars right up, because the more that you pack in right to the top, you can use the, I have wiped my bench down with Dettol as well. So for those of you who might be watching, just know that I have been as clean as possible with this. Take a bay leaf, you can pick one of those down the side, probably just one per jar. And I'm also just going to tuck in a bit of the rosemary as well. Helps to keep the olives down. And then you take your olive oil and you basically, once the cap's off, and then I'm just going to pour the olive oil in over the top. Now you find that you don't tend to use a whole lot of olive oil, but before you think, oh, this is a bit of a waste of olive oil, I can tell you now that once we have eaten a lot of the olives out of the jar, what we then do is, along the way, as the olive oil is sitting in there, I've used it for focaccia, I've used it for dressings. So those olives that are in there, the olive oil that's in there will be infused not only with the olive taste, but also with the taste of the rosemary and the bay leaf, and it is absolutely delicious oil to use. So I'm just going to top that up, grab one of these lids, give it a bit of a squeeze, and that, my friends, is a beautiful jar of olives ready to eat. So I've actually managed to get quite a few jars out of that. So there were the 5 jars that I showed you, and then I ended up filling up another one of these also So again with the bay and the rosemary, and I used a full one of those for about 4 of those, and then I ended up I had some of this left in the cupboard, so I used that for the other remaining ones, but not much. And now I have got a ton of beautiful olives to eat, and I also have got lots and lots of oil that I can use in some of my other baking between now and next season. So I'm very, very happy with the way this has turned out. Now I have to go and pick up all the ones that I dropped on the floor and do a bit of a tidy up. In my next video, I'm going to be showing you might have noticed that I've got this really, really strange container on my kitchen bench. Well, I'm going to show you what I do with the contents of this container, and I'm also going to show you how I make some more. So if you'd like to stick around, so make sure you subscribe and don't miss that one. In the meantime, thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.